characterization. Today we are going to talk specifically about our main character, Victor. Okay? So we're going to pretend this gentleman right here is whom?
Victor.
Victor. Okay, so on your characterization sheet, I want you at the top to write Victor because that is his name. Okay. Now, when we talk about characters and describing characters, first I want y'all to look up here at me. Everyone's looking up here at me. When we talk about characters and describing characters, we talk about direct and indirect characterization. Now, I do not want you to write this down yet. Okay, I just want you to listen. I am going to write direct and indirect up on the board though, because we're going to talk about the difference between direct and indirect for just a second. What does direct mean? When I say direct, Jackson, what do you think direct means?
Direct means specifically to a specific person.
Okay, it
Or
is
direct.
very what?
A direct subject.
Yes, it starts with an O. It's kind of like that concrete noun. It's very what? Obvious. Okay, so if something is direct, it's very obvious. Look up here for me, okay? If something is indirect, you have to kind of what? What do we figure it out? What did we say that big word for figuring it out meant? It's not in black and white. Starts with an I. Infer it. That's right. We have to kind of infer it. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about some of these direct and indirect characterization or character traits about Victor. Okay? Now, one direct character trait would be what Victor looks like. So let's talk about the things we know that Victor probably looks like. So raise your hand. Yes, sir.
Has a big foot.
No, not because of the picture. This is not really him. We're going to talk about the foot in just a second. But let's talk about what he looks like from the story.
He's Mexican.
Okay, he's Hispanic. So what color skin? Does he have really light skin or darker skin or tan?
Darker. Kind of like
All
a
right,
tan
so
dark.
we're going to say darker skin. So over here, we're going to put darker skin. Is there anything else, looking back through the story, that you can infer about his, about his appearance, about Victor's appearance? Does he play any sports?
You might play goalie.
No, from the story.
Okay.
Baseball.
Does it say he plays baseball?
No, but it said they were talking. They talked about baseball.
Okay, they talked about baseball. Possibly, he is a what?
Soccer player.
Baseball player.
Baseball player, okay? Now, if you're a baseball player, or even if you're a soccer player, Davion, what generally are you physique-wise?
Athletic.
Athletic. So let's put he's probably darker skin, and he possibly could be athletic. Okay? Now, here are direct characterizations, okay, for appearance. Now, we're going to talk about something that Victor thinks about, because this is important to his characterization. So we'll start up here with the mind. What does he think about, and how do we know that, Nicholas?
Teresa.
Yes.
He thinks.
He is in what?
Love with
Love.
Teresa.
He has a crush, okay? So he is thinking about love and Teresa. Okay? So in your little think bubble, he is thinking about Love and Teresa.
Yeah.
We know this because of the quote in the story where he says she's gonna be what?
My girlfriend
My
this year.
girl. She's gonna be my girl. Okay, so we know that's a big part of what he's thinking about. There's some other things though. I will say this is the main thing. But there are some other things that he's thinking about. What are some other things that he's thinking about? Some minor things that he's thinking about right now. School. What about school? Who said school?
Me.
Okay, what about school?
Math. He said she's good at math, so I'll be good at math.
But he wasn't good at math. He is worried. He's worried about math, but he's worried about something else too.
English.
Not English.
French. Yeah.
Okay? So, school here,
We don't have to.
he's worried about math and what? French. Okay, what else is he thinking about minor? Hold on, Nicholas. Not baseball. What
Baseball
does
is
his
athletic.
friend do?
That's the one. He hits on too many people.
Yes, his friend definitely hits on a lot of people, but that's not what he's thinking about. No?
The scowling.
The scowling. Okay? Now, in 7th grade, in middle school, something happens to you guys, alright? And you start changing a little bit. And some of your ideas start changing and some of your interests start changing. And you start trying to figure out who you really are or who you're gonna be. Okay? Because let's face it, in 6 short years, you're an adult, right? Yes? 6 or
Yeah.
so short years. So, here we go. Let's talk about this for a second. He's trying to learn how to fit in, and one of his best friends is saying, to fit in, you need to what? Scowl. Okay? To be cool, you need to scowl. Please stop. Okay? So, we're going to put on here that he's thinking about fitting in and how to fit in. All right, now, ultimately, we're fixing to fill all of this out. But ultimately, what is all of this added together telling us?
Color.
Huh?
Color.
No. What is it telling us as a reader?
What is concerning?
Not just what his concerns are,
Who he is?
who he really is. Because let's talk about this. I can look at Abigail right now, and I love your mask, by the way. I'm going to use you as an example, okay? I can look at Abigail, and I love her mask, and I can tell if she has a leopard print mask with some color on it, she's probably creative in some sort of way. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. But do I know her whole personality?
No.
No, I don't. Not just by a mask, not just by her appearance. If Abigail tells me what she's thinking right now, and she might be thinking, man, this is boring. Do I automatically, I might assume that she doesn't like school, or she doesn't like this lesson. But do I know her whole personality?
Nope.
No. If Abigail then says something to me like, Miss Sowell, we might want to make this lesson a little more interesting by like yada yada yada. But she only says it to me. Do I know her whole personality? No. If Abigail stomps her feet because she's frustrated at the fact that she has to wear a mask, do I know her whole personality? No. Hold on. If she tells me what she feels, this is your heart here. If she tells me how she feels, does that reflect her entire personality?
No.
No, because I could feel sad today but not be a sad person, right? Okay, so, and your hand and your feet are what you but does that mean that I'm a mean person in general?
No.
No. Okay, so what do we have to know the whole character? We have to know what?
Her personality.
All of it.
All of it.
Okay? Now we filled this out, and we filled our direct characterization out, but we filled part of our indirect characterization out. But do we know yet all of Victor? No, we have to fill all of these other things out to really get a good grasp of who Victor is. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay? That's right.